captains.
Cup cricket highlights here on BBC One, introduced by John Inverdale.
Islam Bangladesh goes for 15, and Bangladesh now 38 for 3. Really, that was a shot you'd expect to see more at the latter stages of a 50-over match rather than in the 13th over. And the number 5 batsman for Bangladesh, Khalid Masood. Very consistent one-day bowler, GAVIN LARSEN. Looks relatively innocuous, but right on the spot, and great economy rate, 3.79 per over is all he gives away. Akram Khan obviously doesn't fancy him, but he's hit a catch straight back. So Larsen already does the trick with only his 3rd delivery. Akram Khan advancing down the wicket, and really Bangladesh are playing this as if it's a 20-over match. Both their experienced players have gone within the space of 5 balls. Now they're 38 for 4.
Larsen getting immediate success here. Just looking to just come down the wicket, may possibly hit him over the top, but just quite an easy caught and bowl there for GAVIN LARSEN.
So Akram Khan departs for 16, and former captain, following his actual captain into the pavilion in the space of 5 minutes. New batsman for Bangladesh is Naimur Rahman.
I can see just a good left delivery, and he's just advancing, looking to hit him over the top, and a good catch, caught and bowled catch there from Larsen.
That's a neat shot. So Rahman's away with at least 1 and 2 in fact. So a nice orthodox sort of shot to get him away.
Just straying on middle leg there.
Well, that's dropped almost onto the stumps and got him in the amidships again, as they say in polite cricketing parlance. I don't actually know where the ball finished up. It looked as if it almost was going to trickle onto the stumps.
A big man, but again, Chris Cairns just getting that extra bit of bounce there.
Cairns with a slow ball to Masood. Just managed to pick it at the end.
So the New Zealand bowlers have certainly dominated the first 16 overs of this match. Jeff Allett quite outstanding with 2 for 15. Dion Nash perhaps a little expensive in the context of the match. Cairns and Larsen too doing their job.
Khalid Mahmood is the new batsman. He's coming in at a very difficult time. 46 for 5. It's a good-looking shot, but I think it's a drop catch. He hit it very, very hard indeed. In fact, Cairns did well to get the hand to it.
Well, Chris Cairns might well have saved 4 runs. He's probably deprived himself of a wicket as well. The ball was hit very, very firmly. It took Chris Cairns by surprise, almost trying to get out of the way. Reflex action to put the hand up there. He's missed it, but certainly saved the runs. It actually pitched. It might well have been a full toss here. And the ball just might have dipped. Yes, the full toss and a straightforward catch to Roger Toos there at mid-off. So Chris Cairns strikes again. He picks up his 2nd wicket. GAVIN LARSEN's got a couple, and so has Jeff Allett. So 49 for 6. Bangladesh really on the ropes.
New batsman Mohammad Rafiq. That was the end of the over for Chris Cairns. 2 off the over and a wicket. So it'll be Larsen to continue. And he'll be bowling to Rahman. That's a good-looking shot. He raced to see if it's the boundary. Oh, good fielding. Very well done.
Well, New Zealand do excel in the field, and Chris Cairns had to run a long way there from third man.
Close indeed. Big shout, and he's gone. First ball. Mohamed Rafiq departs, and that's the 7th wicket. Chris Cairns gets his 3rd.
Well bowled again by Chris Cairns, and it's a very good comeback for Chris Cairns, recovering from a calf strain injury against South Africa a month or so ago, and pitched right up there, and a lack of footwork again, really. I suppose the question is, did it hit him fractionally outside the line? But Ian Robinson, the umpire there, said that's out. And so 51 for 7 now. Bangladesh is learning by harsh experience that it's not easy to compete against a test-playing nation. So Mohamed Rafiq goes first ball for no score.
Immanuel Hock is the new batsman. He's also a left-hander, age 32. And what a time to come in, 51 for 7. And a no ball, and 4. Can you believe that? Great opportunity to get a hat-trick in the World Cup, and probably the poorest delivery he's bowled in his spell. And that's a reasonable shot. He's got to get off the mark with a 4-year Hock. He's hit it past mid-off. Jeff Allett, despairing dive, and it's gone for 4.
Well, you'd have to say that's the shot of the day, and it's the 5th boundary that Bangladesh have been able to hit in this innings. And he just stood there and really stroked it through the offside. Beautifully played, but perhaps not near the ball, but certainly the follow-through and the timing was there.
And he's got it away again. It's racing over the pitch area. What a wickets here. So an expensive over for New Zealand. The best for Bangladesh, 11 runs off that over. 62 for 7.
Jeff Allett will bowl to Enamel.
And he's gone over the top. Really has been prepared to play a few shots. Immanuel Hock. This won't go all the way. Chris Harris just getting it before the boundary, but 3 runs. And that's a welcome 3 runs to Bangladesh.
Well, Enamel Hock has been quite positive when he's come to the wicket. He's already scored 1 boundary. He's got himself to 13. In fact, he's hit a couple of 4s. And being the left-hander, just standing there and flaying the bat at the ball, pretty positive. Again, not a lot of footwork. In fact, the hand comes off the bat. So he's 70 now for 7.
Good comeback from Jeff Allett, just angling it across the right-hander. Gave away 3 runs in the previous delivery, giving the batsman a bit of freedom to swing the arms, but that's a very good one.
But well, Jeff Allett with 2 for 19 in his 7th over. And as he has done in his brief international career, particularly with a new ball, he's picked up early wickets in his opening spell.
More runs here for Bangladesh. Craig McMillan's in pursuit, but that's a very good shot. Just angled away nicely, shorter boundary, and again they're going to pick up 3. So this is a good over for Bangladesh. Nicely played by Rahman. Waited for it, guarded it, square of the wicket. 3 runs.
Well, it was well played and well fielded again by New Zealand. They do chase hard. And Craig McMillan there. Passing the ball there to Chris Harris. So 6 runs have come off 3 deliveries. And so a slightly better performance here for Bangladesh.
Oh, beautifully bowled. Came back off the seam and defeated him with a slightly slower ball. So half the overs have gone. Bangladesh are 73 for 7.
That's a league shot. That could be 6. In fact, it's probably 4. The umpires are just checking, but a very delicate shot, and just shows how short the boundaries are here at Chelmsford, that either went for 6 or almost went for 6. So.
Just kind of flicked it over the top, and you can see it's just dropped just in front of the ropes.
Oh, that's well fielded. It's Craig McMillan, and there's a possible run out there. In fact, Ian Robinson's asked for the third umpire. Very smart work in the Jonty Road sort of mould there. And David Shepherd is being consulted for his verdict on this. That was a great stop by McMillan, and he reacted quickly. In fact, he took a little bit of time to find the ball. Now, was he home? Looks as if he just was. So you could say it was a well-judged single. Well, that's nicely cut away by Rahman, and that in fact is the highest partnership of the Bangladesh innings now. The 8th wicket is now put on 32. He's asking for that, and Venkat's giving him out. Yep, that's a fairly obvious LBW, really, and Larsen's been probing away for that for some time, and I think Venkat almost gave that out slightly apologetically in the end, because Bangladesh were just starting to make a fist of this and putting up a slightly better score, but Rahman really never made much attempt to hit that with the bat, and he goes LBW. New batsman is Hasibul Hassan.
Really didn't make an awful attempt to play that one.
Well, that's a neat stroke, effortless, and that's going to be 4. So Inamul Haq actually showing that he can play some orthodox shots as well.
Chris Harris is another experienced one-day campaigner.
He's bowled him. Well, beautifully bowled, completely deceived Inamul Haq in the flight there, Chris Harris. Just a little floaty leg break that darted in between bat and pad, and so the 9th Bangladesh wicket goes down, and they still haven't reached 3 figures.
As you see, just floats that. It's almost like a leg break is coming out, and just completely deceived. And just actually, that's just slightly moved away from it as it pitched. But a fine delivery, completely deceived the batsman.
He's looking as if he wondered how he missed it, but useful contribution that from Inamul Haq. 23 in 40 balls, showed one or two of his more experienced partners what to do there. Last man for Bangladesh, Monjurul Islam.
Well, that should have been a no ball. Well, that's poor cricket all the way around. It really was poor cricket. It's out. In fact, they haven't given it as a no ball. Now, that'll be interesting to watch again. Was it above shoulder height? Answer no. So legitimate dismissal.
So Matthew Horn takes the catch, and Jeff Allett finishes with his 3rd wicket. Some confusion there because the batsman felt that it may have been shoulder height and it may have been a no ball and given not out, and both batsmen were almost at one end and then had to scramble back, but the umpires have made the right call. The wicket stands, and Hasibul Hassan is out for 16. Court Horn bowled Allett, and the end of the Bangladesh innings, all out for 116. A disappointing batting performance by them.
Well, an odd sort of climax. Still 13 overs left when the end came, but given they were 51 for 7 at one stage, a score in 3 figures was perhaps quite an achievement. Top scorer, Hoke, with 23. Identical figures for both Cairns and Larsen, 3 for 19, but Larsen bowled his full allocation, and those are the best seen so far in the competition. So straightforward, you might think. Just over 2 and over the target. Did Bangladesh, though, have any tricks up their sleeves? We're going to join the action in the second over. New Zealand are 1 without loss, and Munjar Islam's bowling to Nathan Astle.
That's the way that he plays. Anything up in his half, very much a front foot player. Lovely way to start. 4 runs to the second ball that he faces.
Very short straight boundary. Pretty good shot from Nathan Astle. Not out the middle of the bat, but with a nice straight bat. He just turned the face at the last minute, and that might have been to place it straight past the bowler rather than hit it to mid-off. Wasn't out the dead centre, but enough to get him 4. And he's gone. Munjar, the young teenager playing in his first World Cup game, has got Astle out. Just a little bit of overconfidence, angling it across the right-hander. And he misread the pace of that one. It just didn't come onto the bat. He struck it pretty well, but directly to mid-off.
Well, it certainly typifies the way Nathan Astle plays. Doesn't get his front foot anywhere near the ball and just clubbed it really to bowl to Matthew Horn. And Matthew Horn has yet to score.
So Matthew Horn off the mark. Quite time it. Just rehearsing that shot again.
Superbly.
Was interested at the moment, Craig McMillan. Trying to work that away on the leg side. And a little bit of swing maybe from Hasibul Hassan.
So just getting to pay a leading edge there. Again, very lucky to get away with it. Hassan just bowling a good line. Really giving it his all. Good to see.
Very close to the outside edge. So this is a very good over by Hasibul Hussain. Did everything there but get a wicket. And New Zealand are 12 for 1. Munjar Islam. Nice shot, that's 4. Don't really need to run for that. Short boundaries here at Chelmsford. And that's raced away. Neatly tucked off his pads by Matthew Horn for his first boundary.
Isabel again. That's better.
That's a good shot. That's very nicely timed. Really not much effort at all. He played that a little bit later, as Richard Hadley said before. If he plays the ball later, he looks a better player.
Yes, all too often he goes searching for the ball and he doesn't get himself into very good position, but he just waited for that one and just really eased it in front of point there, and it's raced away for 4.
That's 4 more. Really is a good shot. A little bit too wide from Hussain. And the rasping square cut from McMillan gives him his second boundary in 2 balls. Well, he's down the wicket there, and that's certainly full of confidence. He hasn't quite got it in the middle of the bat, but it's enough to take it away for 4. So Craig McMillan does take the fight to the bowlers, and he's not afraid to try and run down the wicket to an opening bowler. That could be out. It's a simple catch, and I think it was the slower ball there from Hussain which deceived Craig McMillan. So after one good blow over the top, 4 boundaries, he's gone for 20.
Craig McMillan will be disappointed with that, but he hasn't looked convincing at all in his stay at the crease. It looked as though he could have been out on perhaps 7 or 8 occasions. Well, he's really dismissed himself here. The ball might have stopped a little bit, and he certainly didn't go through with the shot, and a very simple catch there. And so Bangladesh have struck again. They've picked up the second New Zealand wicket now. Craig McMillan goes for 20. And New Zealand are now 33 for 2. So the New Zealand captain, Stephen Fleming, now comes to the crease.
Four. Very, very nicely glanced by Fleming. That's a trademark shot. Going over across his stumps and whipping it away almost in a manner of Clive Lloyd used to.
So batting hasn't been easy for anyone out there today. Craig McMillan the best for New Zealand, 20. And Matthew Horn, he's struggling too. He's 7 not out, 33 deliveries. Asabel bowling to Stephen Fleming, the New Zealand captain. Oh, and he's dropped it. Well, that was a very good attempt. And again, the timing astray there by the New Zealand batsman. And really the Bangladesh bowlers are just creating 1 or 2 opportunities here. Brave attempt. And it would have been quite spectacular had he been able to hold on to it.
That's a good shot. Very well put away. Just flicked off his hip. Lots of bat speed there at the crucial moment, propelling that away to the square leg boundary.
Yes, it's Stephen Fleming's second boundary now. And just whips it away on the leg side. Tends to move right across in front of his stumps. He does give the bowler a bit of a chance round about leg stump, but at the same time he gets a lot of runs in that area. I think he's a very good player when he stands tall and hits the ball straight through mid-off and mid-on.
They're appealing for an LBW and a court there, and Ian Robinson isn't interested in either.
Well, again, New Zealand batsman just finding life not easy out there at all. So it's gone through the gate there. Been a little bit of trouser that had hit that created some sort of sound, but certainly no bat on it. Jarrell.
Horns managed to find a gap in the offside, but only for a single.
First opportunity for spin bowling. Hock, left arm round to Matthew Horn. And it's in the air, but it's hit so hard that it's gone for 4.
And that's the first bit of aggression we've seen. He's struggled right through with his innings, struggled with timing, but seemed to just get to the line of that and just hit through it.
And this is just chipped in the air, and he's very lucky here. Shariar's in pursuit. They'll probably look for 3. It's quite a long boundary down there, and they're going to get that 3. But he's lucky, Matthew Horn. Bat not straight, coming across the ball. Just chipped it over cover, very lucky.
Yeah, as you can see, he's just slashed at it more than anything. They just chipped it right over cover. And Matthew Horn has struggled right through his innings, struggled to time it.
And that's in the air again, and it's through this time. He wouldn't be all that happy. He's not getting his foot to the pitch of the ball, Matthew Horn. He's got a couple of 4s away, but they haven't been conclusive. And that one again was in the air. He placed it pretty well though, but he's not getting his head over the ball, and consequently it's going in the air. Plenty of turn. Well, that's the first one that's really turned. He is throwing it up though, Hock. He's prepared to gamble and throw it up there, and I think that's very good cricket. Nice wrist action, ball pitching on the seam. Good shot. Picked the gap out beautifully. Initially went forward, then rocked back, and he's got the ball away for 4. It is a fast outfield, but that was a very good shot from Matthew Horn.
Yeah, that's the first shot we've seen convincing from Matthew Horn. There, we was in total control of that. Decided to rock back on the back foot and just cut it through the covers.
Bowling to the New Zealand captain, Stephen Fleming. And there's a big appeal and he's gone. It's a bottom edge. Stephen Fleming's absolutely disgusted. He will not be happy when he sees that. No bounce, plenty of room to put it away. He could have hit it anywhere. And he's got a bottom edge, a nice catch. Very well taken by Masood, the wicketkeeper, but he won't be happy, Stephen Fleming.
All right, just bowls this was slightly wide. He really had no need to play it. Would have been called a wide. Really, like I said, a lot of these New Zealand batsmen will be very disappointed with some of the shots they've got out with today. Stephen Fleming marching back 16, scoring 16. Be very disappointed the way he got out.
New Zealand now 78 for 3. Roger Toos is the new batsman, making his way to the crease. Left-hander, played a lot of games for Warwickshire in county cricket here in England, so he'd be very accustomed to the conditions here. Would have played at this ground before. That's a quicker delivery, and he nearly defeated Toos as well. It's fairly racing away over the outfield. Be a good contest. Just pulled in. We'll have to see if there's a replay for this. In the interim, they've run 3. Very, very good chase.
He sees chase and he puts the dive in. Does he make contact with the rope?
I think he's okay there, Sid. And the umpires have called it that way, so it's just 3 runs.
Good shot by Roger Toos, and it should go for 4. Roger Toos gets his first boundary of the innings. New Zealand inch their way closer to victory, and it will be a deserved one for them.
Well, that's not quite what the doctor ordered for Roger Toos, but he's got away with it. 4 runs on the scorecard. Bottom edge, and very lucky to escape being bowled there. That's more what he was trying the ball before. And that time he managed to get it in the middle. So 10 off 2 balls from Toos, in fact 14 off 3.
Matthew Horn is on 35. Ball just holding up in the breeze a little bit here by Rahman, the off spinner. Oh, that's out. And so New Zealand lose their 4th wicket, and that will disappoint young Matthew Horn, because he'd be certainly looking for a not out there. He's battled away for a long, long time. And he's had to work very, very hard for his runs indeed. I think he's batted 86 balls for his 35. It stayed down, kept low, it's hit him in front. There's no doubt about that at all. So Chris Cairns is the new man coming to the crease. So at the end of the over, New Zealand 106 for 4. I'm sure Roger Toos will be looking for a not out here, and rightly so. He's been the pick, I think, of all the batsmen today. I think he's adapted to the conditions far better. He's been very decisive. Looked to get well forward. Nicely played, and that could go all the way. Nicely timed shot by Roger Toos. Beautifully played. So Roger Toos now with 3 4s and a 6 in his 33. He's been a very, very good performer there for New Zealand with the bat. And so New Zealand just 3 runs away from victory now, and a well-deserved one too. Isabel Hussain now to bowl to Chris Cairns.
So Cairns is leaving it to Roger Toos to finish things off. And that's a good quick single. He spotted there that the mid-off was quite deep.
An easy single there, and New Zealand now just 1 run away from victory. The scores are now tied, 116 for 4. And so the last rights of this match should be bowled by Hasselball to Chris Cairns. Chris Cairns on 6, Roger Too's on 30. Stephen Fleming, the New Zealand captain there, will be delighted to get this game out of the way and get the points in the bank. And there it is, just an easy push there to mid-off. So New Zealand win this match, and a thoroughly deserved victory, although there is some work for them to do, I think, in the batting. They've just found batting just a little bit difficult. Good bowling performance, very good fielding performance by the New Zealanders. Bangladesh will rue the fact that 116 was never ever going to be enough. They needed to get round about 180, 190 to be a lot more competitive. Failed to do that, and they're batting on these sorts of conditions. Well, they've got a lot of work to do,
but they showed a little bit of spirit with the ball, making New Zealand's job a little harder than it might have been in pursuit of the 117 to win. But they got there in the end, only losing 4 wickets.
Well, at 33 for 2, perhaps mild concern, but in the end, no contest, a side in cruise control. Monjural Islam became the first Bangladesh player ever to take a wicket in a World Cup final. A learning curve, as they always say, for an inexperienced set of players. And so 6 wickets the margin, and man of the match was Gavin Larsen for those 3 wickets in what was a hugely economical spell. 3 for 19, his figures. And for what it's worth, New Zealand top Group B after that, though run rates won't really come into the whole thing until later on. Bangladesh looked like being the whipping boys of this sextet, but maybe...
travels through the air quicker.